Hey guys, I'm sitting in the studio and thinking about my clients and thinking about how I can create a video to help them realize the most important thing about a healthy lifestyle and the goals that they think they have. And so in a healthy lifestyle, we try to be consistent with our nutrition and our fitness because that's what works. But what people seem to want to grasp at is there some kind of magic pill or magic diet or magic lifestyle that's going to allow me to essentially be lazy and look like you do when you're on point and exercising a couple hours a day and eating really well? And the answer to that is no. So there is no magic pill. Some people have better genes than others. However, you have to put in the work to be good at what you do. So here's a little bunch of tips on what it means to be consistent and what that wins you. So in dealing with clients, a lot of them will ask me things about things that they've seen on the internet, and that would be things like special diets, paleo, intermittent fasting, keto, detoxes, supplements, meal frequencies, fasted cardio, steady state cardio, high intensity cardio, what's all gonna work better. And my advice is health and wellness and your physical appearance is like a 95-5 split. 5% of it is all that stuff I just named, and 95% of it is just a few things, and that's caloric deficit, getting enough protein, and consistency. And so all of those things that we talk about, if we're going to focus on, say, caloric deficits, is when you're talking paleo, intermittent fasting, keto, blah, 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 what you're talking about is at a certain point being negative in your calories for the day to what your total calorie goal is for the day. And so in order to lose weight, you do need to be at a caloric deficit. So if your maintenance calories are, say, 2,000 and you're getting in 2,100 or way more than that, you're going to gain weight. If you keep that 2,000 every day, you're strict, you're going to stay the same, especially if you haven't employed any changes to your exercise regime. If you decrease those calories, however, you're going to see weight loss. That's a caloric deficit. It's any shortage in the amount of calories that you consume relative to the amount of calories that are required to maintain your current body weight, okay? You could create a deficit by taking in less food, dieting, going on an intermittent fast, but no one of them is the cure-all. It's just called a caloric deficit, and people like to get to that different ways. When you're doing that, though, you've always heard me talk about getting enough protein, because what can happen is if you are in a caloric deficit and you're using a lot of exercise, you might lose muscle mass along with fat, and that's not a good thing, especially if we want to look toned or ripped. You don't want to lose muscle mass, and that's why we have sort of a minimum amount of protein that we're looking at taking in with every meal or in the day. If you're only going to eat your 1,800 calories or whatever once a day, if you're an intermittent faster. Same with keto, you're getting your calories from fat instead of carbohydrates. That's a whole other video, but you're not, you don't get to change the amount of calories you're taking in. It's just calories from what? We need carbohydrates to survive, so I'll just leave it there. The next tip would be strength training, and strength training with progressive overload. Lots of people are scared to look like a beast. Let me tell you right now, I've been bodybuilding for long enough to tell you that I've been trying my damnedest to put on weight, lean muscle mass, no dirty bulking or getting really heavy and then running my ass off. I don't like crash dieting. I'm trying to maintain physique throughout the year that looks good, but I'm able to bulk. And guess what? It's really difficult for me. It's really difficult for lean-limbed people, certain body types, and really tall people. So we don't have to worry about using strength training and getting huge if that's not our goal. But strength training does a lot for our bone strength and overall health and stability. So it is something really important. But in order to get to a level of fitness or physical appearance that you might desire with a lot of clients, you need to employ strength training with progressive overload. In order for a muscle to grow, for strength to be gained, for your performance to increase, or for any similar type of improvement to happen, the body has to be forced to adapt to tension that is above and beyond what it's been subject to before. Okay, so what that means is if you lift the same weights for the same number of reps, the same way for your entire life, that's never going to happen. Your body will never change or improve in any way. You've just reached that level of conditioning and you plateau essentially. So you're only maintaining your current state if you're only doing the status quo. So if you increase the demands you're placing on your body, increase the amount of weight you've been lifting, increase the amount of reps, just doing something different that increases the demand your body needs to meet. So that might be mixing in plyometrics or going for lower reps, higher weight, higher reps, lower weight, whatever that is. Your body has no other choice but to make the necessary changes and improvements that will allow it to adapt to the situation you're putting it through, the environment, and remain capable of completing the tasks you're demanding of it. The changes you're making, the improvements you're making, the adaptations you're making are in the form of more muscle, more strength, less fat, more tone, better performance, and just you're going to see more of the overall results that you're looking for. So you need to strength train with progressive overload. Fact. And then the last one is consistency. So I noticed one main problem that keeps people from reaching their fitness goals is consistency. So much like I spoke about with yo-yo dieting, people are, yo-yo fitness fanatics, and people tend to be impatient when it comes to exercise, and they don't give their exercise plans enough time to reap the benefits they're looking for. In 2 weeks, they've fallen off their fitness and nutrition plan, and everything just goes to hell in a handbasket. But no matter, what you're doing in life, if you're not willing to put in the work day in, day out for a consistent amount of time, what success, what benefits are you going to reap when you put in little to no effort? And the body is the same thing. So, you can have the best trainer in the world, you can be on the best, nutrition plan in the world, but if you don't stick with it consistently, and consistently I'm talking about months and months and months, not I did this for a week, I did this for a month, I did this for 2 months. You need to be consistent. It needs to be a lifestyle. You're going to wind up spinning your wheels. And so it's really frustrating for someone who's trying to hit a goal, but what you have to slam through your brain is that without consistency, you have nothing. And that's the same with your nutrition. That's the same with anything to do with a healthy lifestyle. Be consistent or fail. So the 3 keys to being consistent are resistance training, a little bit of cardio, and your nutrition, okay? These are the 3 things that are gonna help you over time with consistency, with patience, with the implementation of a new lifestyle, achieve the physical goals you want. And that might be more energy, that might be more strength, you might be conditioning for, a mountain climb or something like that. You need to give yourself time and you need to put in the effort. So there you go, 95% your work, 5% all that other fluff. Don't worry about supplements, don't worry about crash diets, don't worry about fad diets. Keto, Atkins is back with a vengeance. And let me just say, don't follow what you see on the internet. Supplements aren't going to get you anywhere. They're going to be the 5% to add an edge. Don't waste your money, put in the time and reap the benefits, and be proud of hard work. All right? 95 and 5. You got this.